It's good to see you today. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be looking at the account of the Red Sea today, and our hymn is called Get Ye On To Canaan.
Oh, get ye on to Canaan, don't die in Egypt's sand. There's bread and milk abundant in that bright, happy land. No use to live in bondage, there's freedom for us all. If you would take possession, no heed the leader's call. I remember well the day when he washed my sins away and led me from low wilderness to Canaan's blissful clime. I'll be glad to tell you how we can share his blessings now. And oh, I am so happy, yes, so happy all the time. Oh, get ye on to Canaan, arise, make up your mind. He's faithful who has promised, not a hoof he left behind. He'll feed you heavenly manna with quail along the way. With fire by night he'll lead you, and with his cloud by day. I remember well the day when he washed my sins away and led me from low wilderness to Canaan's blissful clime. I'll be glad to tell you how we can share his blessings now. And oh, I am so happy, yes, so happy all the time. Don't fear the road to travel, the sea will open wide. The Lord will safely land you upon the other side. Although you may find giants, the Lord will fight for you. Just keep your eyes upon him, he'll take you safely through. I remember well the day when he washed my sins away and led me from the wilderness to Canaan's blissful clime. I'll be glad to tell you how we can share his blessings now. And oh, I am so happy, yes, so happy all the time.
Get Ye On To Canaan. When I was creating the music for this, there in the chorus, I didn't like the "I can never tell you how." And it's, well, we're supposed to be able to tell people how to go, how to follow the Lord. And so that's why, if you were listening, the lyrics were changed to "I'll be glad to tell you how," and talking about sharing the blessing now. So I thought it was a pretty hymn, though, with a good message, talking, using the figures that we're studying there in Exodus, talking about our own deliverance from bondage. And so let's look at our passage now. Exodus 14, verse 1, Now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, that they turn and camp in this certain place before the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, They are bewildered by the land, the wilderness has closed them in. Then I will harden Pharaoh's heart, so that he will pursue them, and I will gain honor over Pharaoh and over all his army, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. What I'd like for us to think about today, there are a lot of folks who take the view that Pharaoh did not have free will, and that this business about God hardening Pharaoh's heart, that shows he did not have free will. And I would suggest there, for one thing, there's other passages that say Pharaoh hardened his own heart. And so you have to deal with the issue of, well, how did God harden Pharaoh's heart? And I don't think it was against his will. And I'll give you some reasons why that is the case. One would just to be, look at verse 4. If Pharaoh had no choice in the matter, if Pharaoh had no free will, well, how did God gain honor over Pharaoh and over all his army? How would that be any honor gained if this is just God making it happen against Pharaoh's will? You know, to argue that, well, God hardened Pharaoh's heart against his will. So then are you going to say that, so was Pharaoh's will then to release Israel all along? Was that Pharaoh's will all along? And God had to harden his heart against that? See, that doesn't make any sense, does it? It would have been no honor gained if God hardened Pharaoh's heart against his own will, against Pharaoh's own will. If Pharaoh didn't have any choice in the matter, then God really gained no honor. Then Pharaoh's just a robot, just a puppet, and God's pulling his strings. It's like, no. God gained honor because Pharaoh did still have free will. To read on in the account, as the people fled, and as Pharaoh gathers the chariots and all those with him, all of those things, when Pharaoh drew near, the children of Israel lifted their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. And this is where they start murmuring and complaining again. They say to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you so dealt with us to bring us up out of Egypt? Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. Moses says, don't be afraid, the Lord will fight for you. The Lord says to Moses, why do you cry out to me? Verse 15, and he tells him to lift up his rod, and you're going to have the parting of the Red Sea. But see, if people don't have free will, then you have to ask, well, why did they murmur in verses 11 and 12? Did God cause that? If God caused Pharaoh to have a hard heart, did God cause them to have a complaining heart? And if God did cause them to have a complaining heart, well, then why does God rebuke them effectively? The Lord says to Moses, why do you cry to me? Tell them to go forward. And of course, the Lord rebukes them elsewhere for complaining. Why rebuke them if you caused it? See, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, no, Pharaoh had free will. The people had free will. And as we read on, you know, as Pharaoh's army approaches, verse 19, and the angel of God who went before the camp of Israel moved and went behind them, and the pillar of cloud went from before them and stood behind them. So it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. Thus it was a cloud and darkness to the one, and it gave light by night to the other, so that the one did not come near the other all night. Right? That east wind is going to blow all night long, verse 21. They're going to be there for several hours. And so the pillar of cloud stood behind them. And so it was protecting them. Well, why did they need protected? If God was making people do things against their will, if they had no free will, why did the angel of the Lord need to protect them? It's because people do have free will. I think it's pretty obvious. People do have free will. How did the Lord harden his heart? It's real simple. It's like the Lord puts the choices out there. The Lord knew what Pharaoh was going to do. How did the Lord harden Pharaoh's heart? The Lord has delivered the people out of Egypt. That's what Pharaoh's servants say. Pharaoh's servants say, "Oh, why have you done this? You've let all of our servants, you've let our slaves go. What do we have left?" And that's why they followed them. That's what the account says. Look back earlier. Verse 5, it was told the king of Egypt that the people had fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people. And they said, "Why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us?" So he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. That's what hardened his heart. That's how God hardened his heart. The people were delivered after the plagues. There's no more people. And now Pharaoh, all of a sudden, reality is setting in. He probably wants revenge for the death of the firstborn. That's probably what's going on. So yes, he still has free will. And yes, the people have free will. And so that's the truth of the matter. What do the people need to do? Don't complain and see what God can do. And while we're at it, get ye on to Canaan. Go. Don't die in Egypt's sand. Get to the promised land. And don't complain. And of course we know what's coming. But they need to get pointed in that direction, and there will be those who will faithfully get on to Canaan. Joshua and Caleb. It's for future studies. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our daily praise.